let's get into the good stuff. The talent beef, Kyle.
Talent beef.
Who would you never cast with again?
Well.
Yeah, just throw your fellow talent under the bus right here.
I don't think
right
I
now.
could do that. That's a professional faux pas. I love everyone in casting.
Nope, nobody stands for anything nowadays. You know, you guys have all gotten soft with me being gone.
Oh, sorry.
You don't have opinions anymore.
You're not even answering
Kyle,
our questions. What do you think?
Oh, I would never cast with Merlini again.
Oh,
that guy's a dick.
Yeah.
You ever played poker with him?
Only when I'm drunk, which is a problem. So I don't do it very well.
And he pretends to drink, and then he takes all your money.
Yeah.
He's a clever boy.
Yeah.
You gotta
Poker games at Dota Summits have never gone well for me. There's too many hustlers. Vlad, Pyrian is amazing at poker. Ben, some of the Dota players are pretty good at poker.
I mean, it's still luck. I've never bought
Poker is more a game of skill than luck.
No, it's not. If you get, especially in a house game, someone's always going to call you. It's about whether your cards suck or not.
All right. Well, we've shot the shit enough, gentlemen. We've got a draft here, well underway at this point. Let's talk some Dota 2, shall we?
All right.
A lot of
your
AoE here
Kyle.
For Alliance.
Talk Dota, Kyle.
Yeah. Kyle, talk about Dota. This is your job. So we've got some heavy team fight here. Looks like for Alliance, the Jakiro Void combo.
Hey, the Universe Darkseer. We haven't seen this in a while, but it's another. I brought this up a little bit yesterday, but I'm happy to see Universe back with Peter because I think he's still one of the best offlaners. But he was like, how do I put this? He's not a one-dimensional player, but he's a square peg. And they kept every captain, every team started trying to put him in the same hole as everybody else. He was on these non-universe heroes. The man is an R-button team fight
big combo.
Mastermind.
Toby loses his mind.
Push lanes, farm, and then have major team fight impact. Void, Enigma, Darkseer. And instead he was playing like Centaur Axe, like Sand King exclusively almost.
But that was also the team too, right? Because you had Sumail, you had Arteezy, and
no, this is this was like that's years ago.
Oh, you're talking about
I'm talking about recently, like post DG.
Gotcha.
He was with he played with Fnatic. He played with Forward, with J-Storm, with all these. Universe never played with J-Storm.
Kyle,
production. What are you doing to me?
What do you mean?
Someone's
production
whispering
didn't say anything.
Kyle is hearing voices in his head.
What are you talking
production
about?
is definitely talking to me. Do you guys not hear that?
No, I
no,
don't,
Kyle.
they didn't say anything.
No one hears anything.
Guys, definitely stop messing with me. There's definitely production.
The voice is in your head, Kyle.
Look,
it's starting early here.
The point is,
we're in California. You know, Kyle may have went to the dispensary before the broadcast began. No, I'm just
it was after.
Production wasn't art here.
So
I'll bail you out, Kyle.
Thanks,
so we
buddy.
got the Invoker now. So heavy team fight here.
Yeah, this Invoker not necessarily a mid.
Could be that Quaswex support. You think?
Yeah, they did yesterday. Hanskin played it. Is Limp's not really an Invoker player, is he, Kyle? I don't know. I wouldn't consider him one, but
I mean, he's played it. How do I put this?
in a nice way. He played it but didn't play it well.
By saying that, you've already put it in a very rude way because we all know what that means.
When we were back in Cole, he had trained it, and he said it was ready, and we played some games with it, and it wasn't ready.
Wasn't ready.
But
is it ready now? That's what counts.
It's been a year and a half, maybe. But the Limp's big issue is understanding win conditions. Specifically, once the game gets late, that's why I think if he plays, if you put him on a hero like Tiny, it's understood. Your item build doesn't really change too much. The way you approach finding kills or opportunities to win a fight, win the game, are solved. Right? It's simple. Invoker is mega complex. It's near impossible. And the way you would play in fights, the way you it's just there's way too many variables. And I think that he's a better player when he has a simpler understanding of what he has to do to win the game. Thus, I don't believe Invoker is really something in his purview, but hey.
There's a Leshrac, though. You said Han players are good at Leshrac.
The Torturer players, right? That was the Han name?
Yep. Yeah. That's one of my best heroes. Love that hero. The pull was cooler. Instead of lightning, it was like
it vacuumed them together, right? It was
kind of like
a mini vacuum.
Yeah, so if you used it on a creep, it would hit like 5 targets around. You would chain this creep, and if you chained the 5 creeps nearby,
honestly,
it would pull them all together.
If you just gave him that ability in Dota, it'd be OP because he basically is set up for his stun.
Yes. Well, I mean, lightning sets up for your stun if you're a good player. You just bounce it and then run after him. I think any Lesh player worth their salt, level 2 lightning, you should be able to hit a stun off of it.
Okay.
It's actually really easy. You just lightning immediately into a
I know
stun
I'm not
center.
worth my salt. So,
You're not.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
So the Wraith King, the final pick here for NiP though.
Oh, it's it's a Hanskin Invoker. A
He's-
limp Lesh. This is a limp hero. It's a Han hero, and it's one of those that, like I said, it's easily under. What items you buy on Lesh? You know, you either go for this tanky build, or you go for the high mobility with like bots. We'll probably see that, and you kill towers and you fight.
And they
run
can
in.
kill towers with the Jakiro Lesh.
Yeah.
Their push is fearsome. Some good damage to throw into that Chronosphere.
I really like Alliance's lineup. I think that they have an advantage here for sure. However, NiP, you can get a super buffed Wraith King Gyro. They have Ogre. You have a Darkseer. They're going to play with a lot of pace. They've got a ton of like momentum-based abilities because you're going to have Mirana Invis for the extra smokes. Surge these guys forwards. They just don't have like a point-and-click stun. They have to play around the Wraith King.
But
You say that he's the guy who's going to be off farming.
He
though, I
wants
feel
to
like.
sit in the
Yeah.
lane, get
Yeah.
the Radiance up.
He's going probably Midas Radiance. Maybe we'll see Midas Armlet, but it's like the Gyrocopter is the one that's going to be playing actively, using all that early magic damage. I like the Gyro versus Lesh because Lesh is a hero that's going to feel pretty squishy if you run it now.
My Dota is broken, guys.
Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
I remember back when I was casting before, for some reason it would never show those intro sequences properly. Must be something in my config.
Are they still
So-
not? You don't get the intro sequences now, you're saying? Or it's,
Well, I don't know. It just they didn't load this time anyway.
Okay.
So, all right, guys, here we go. Game 1, Alliance versus NiP. Got the boys heading out to the lanes now.
this is an important matchup. These two teams, three-way tie, I believe, in their group for first place. Only 2 of the 5 teams in each group go to the playoffs. And I mean, Alliance and NiP, the 2 favorites, I'd say, of this group. But there's Godsent, as well as Ad Finum, who could theoretically contest those top spots.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, for sure.
So you do see NiP heading up towards the top jungle. Ward got planted down here. Fada kind of camping out. Will there be any arrow shenanigans early on?
This is ex-teammates. You got PPD versus Fada.
30 seconds to battle.
Is there beef there?
There is now. We can, we'll
For
make
this
some.
series, yes.
Yes. We got to create a storyline, you know. They hate each other.
Once upon a time.
Yeah. I think the scene's like just so small. I don't think you can really afford and players have sort of adapted. They realize even if you dislike someone or even think he's bad, you know, you don't close that door because
Don't
a
burn
year
those
from now,
bridges.
you might
No.
need to play with him.
The battle
All
begins.
right. So Universe trying to grab the rune here. Good dodge of the arrow and heading uphill with the help of the Ogre. Fada could be in trouble.
He's got Orb of Venom. That's a kill.
Looking like a dead twin head. First blood goes to Biver.
First blood.
It's
It
big.
was ours all along.
Can't ask for more.
Oh, you can always ask for more. But it is a good start for sure. And you mentioned NiP is a very momentum-based lineup. They'll now grab another bounty rune. Very strong kill potential here early if they can hit some of those arrows.
Gyro has 3 denies on this first wave, by the way. 4 denies. 0-4 Gunner. What a
Gunner?
god.
But this is a Han hero.
I mean, he's just
He got denies using the homing missile. At least one of those denies I saw. He's not getting the last hits, but those 4 denies, I'm impressed.
it's Gunner, man. People got no faith in Gunner. Everyone thought he was like he got a lot of hype, obviously, because of the drama that went down a little earlier. But and then people they flipped around like, oh, Gunner's overrated. He's not actually that good. But he works so hard. He just wants to get good. We're paneling Ti. Oh, hang on.
Might be a dead Mirana here. Biver
No.
trying to run away.
With
Fada
What
will
happened?
collect
How
the
did
kill.
that happen?
Was that level 1 time lock proc, I assume?
I
didn't
believe
see it.
so. He was in deep, pretty far ahead of Universe. I didn't see how it started exactly, though. PPD taking a beating. There comes the silence from the Abaddon, chasing forward. A couple more right clicks. Can't quite kill the Ogre. But not often you see an Ogre get pressured this hard in the lane.
Yeah, you got to push somebody, and this is a really tough matchup. We've seen this Quaswex Invoker support with an Abaddon before. It's really strong. The Cold Snap ensures the Curse proc comes off, and you just trade super effectively.
And you can chase forever, basically.
Yeah. Oh, mid lane? Oh.
Gunner with the dive.
He didn't
Not
get
gonna
full
commit.
Q off, or he might have gone for it. But yeah, Gunner was casting or like paneling TI finals, and the whole time he was just thinking to himself, you know,
Dire's middle
hey,
tower
I want
is
to play.
under
That's all he wants to do is play. Oh, look at that juke. God, Gunner's so good.
Limp getting a nice arcane rune here.
He's getting bodied, though.
Now back the other way in the bottom lane. PPD on the chase. Very aggressive here in the laning stage. Both teams trading, chasing for those kills. End of the day CS-wise, looks like a bit of a lead developing for NiP. Especially those denies in the mid lane, the last hits for the other two.
Yeah, Peter's doing a good job just zoning down. But I mean, may actually be in some trouble now.
Can they finish him off, though? Out comes the tornado. Perfect connection. They'll get the kill. They might go for more.
Oh, wow. If they get the proc, I think.
Oh, with the shield, they're diving it. No. Can't quite get the proc.
Yeah, Peter needs to TP him with some regen here for his buddy.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Cora Baddens more often. This was something like we saw it support, but I just like it so much more as a core now after the changes. Like, your curse is so good. This hero pushes towers so fast.
Particularly in this like dual lane meta where you have these ranged 4s that lane with you that can benefit from the curse as well. You get that bonus attack speed when it procs. So
And you're up against a double melee lane, so you're going to get the hits off for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a
You
good
even
point.
have a deny mechanic built in if you want to skill your Q at 4. And Invoker is one of the greediest 4 positions you can get, and you're actually going to be able to win the lane just because of this combo.
Is under attack.
Suddenly, he doesn't feel greedy at all then.
Yeah.
Get your early levels, get some kills, and get to the point where you can have a little bit of team fight impact. So, thoughts on the Darkseer pick so far? Getting his CS, not really stopping the Void, and now pressuring Fada. Will dodge the arrow. It actually hits the Void instead. Fada will pop the Fairy Fire, leaping forward. Double leap forward. Biver with the huge commit. Universe will come in, but they'll lose the Mirana for that.
I guess that's fine. You get the kill first, and then you get the reset where you come back to lane full health, full mana.
Can Hanskin juke out? Big old Lumber and PPD. Not going to happen now. Trying to duel here with 33. Pops the shield, gets the curse, keeps on swinging. Wraith King coming back soon. He might just be able to run him down. Stun. Juke. No, manages to dodge it. Does get stunned now. Skiter coming in as well with the stun. Got the shield off in time. Can he retreat? Invoker's back to the party. They're still chasing for this. Juking, winding his way through the trees. Now dropping the EMP, but PPD will finish him off. Gives him the ding. And the Handskin trying to get back to the tower. I don't know if he's going to make it, though. They're clubbing him down. Tornado again, but 3 heroes have rotated in. Will manage to ghost walk away.
And looks like NiP going to get 3. Whoa, Biver denied bottom bounty rune? What
Really?
the heck? He was going to get there first.
Well, they'll get 3 out of 4.
The prize is mine.
He's crazy, man. They had 4 out of 4.
It's a cool game. This is
That's like when you handicap, you know, just to keep it close. Like, I feel sorry for you.
Maybe he thought someone was coming in from above from fog, but yeah,
The
all good.
BM rune deny.
Yep. Like, we got this game. We don't need this rune.
So they are going to leave Universal alone for now with that rotation. Seems pretty much fine for the moment. Void is closing in on 6.
Yeah, they can't really kill Universe up here unless he wastes Surge and then Time Dilation comes out to slow him a lot. So as long as he uses Surge at the right times, he'll be fine.
So can they make something of this elsewhere on the map then? That would be the question. They've got a nice ward up mid, so Biver could get some vision for an arrow.
I think Gunner's the guy you do want to maybe make rotations on. They tried to earlier. They TP'd Jakiro in mid when Lesh had an invis, but they just didn't have the damage.
Well, they're
Lesh
converging
needs
here
6.
on the bottom lane, looking for 33. They'll get the stun. Combos nicely into the arrow, but still Invoker in position. Has the Tornado invoke. Manages to hit the 3-man. Can 33 make it out? Starfall coming through. So tanky. So difficult to bring down. Another stun. Manages to pop the stick. Keeps on trucking. He'll get out of there.
And they did
Such
find
a
a way
heavy
to kill
commitment.
Universe. Universe dies top. That was with the Chronosphere. Nice arrow down bottom.
Good combination. And Hanskin down.
really nice timing from Biver there. He had to throw it out like preemptively as the stun was en route so that the shield wouldn't be enough. I'm surprised that the 3-3 just didn't wait for the arrow.
Regeneration.
Instead, he tries to like make sure the arrow can
They're
be
staying.
dodged.
They're staying on this bottom lane now, looking for the wraparound. Biver wants more. bit dangerous to be diving the Invoker and Abaddon under tower, but they do know the Chronosphere is on cooldown, so they can afford to be more aggressive here, and they will
they stack
make the move. They'll stack the stuns. Do they really commit on 33s? Not quite level 6. Out comes the Tornado. Now Skyder backing off. Biver thrusting in, but not going to fully commit for this. Even Limp has rotated, and so Gyro for the moment going to stay, but perhaps he'll rotate too if they keep on chasing. They want PPD. Curse will proc. Diving for more. Out comes the Pulse Nova. Limp slowly working him down. They'll get the Ogre kill. And now Gyro back in, but Alliance just retreating out. I thought we were in Europe, but maybe we've moved to CIS, unbeknownst to me. 11 kills in 8 minutes.
This is these teams are tied, remember? And keep in mind, guys, that the major is only for the teams. Rather, you can only qualify if you place in the top 2 out of group. Currently, Godsent, Alliance, and NiP are all tied. So.
And this is the major, where there's only 2 European slots, but there's going to be 3 big names likely coming back for the next one, right?
Yep.
So it may actually even be harder.
We've been discussing that, like, that maybe this qualifier is the most important of the year for these teams because you can go to this major. Last year, top 6 at any major, you're guaranteed TI. That's how many points would have been necessary, and that's that's far easier when the 7 of your 10 best teams are on break.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. Any of these teams who qualify for year could make a top 6 run.
The borrow time coming through. Are they still going to commit for 33 though? Yes, they are. Running in. Skyder going deep here. Can't quite find the kill. Biver leaping in, leaping out. He's had second thoughts, but he'll pay for it with his life. Nico Baby will manage to finish him off. Good rotation on the Chrono. Now jumping in again. Gets the dilation off, but doesn't have the follow-up. Good early movement here to counter that dive, and just a bad time to be going on an Abaddon as he just cracked level 6.
Yeah. Not the biggest kill for Void to get, but you don't feel too bad because you've got someone taking your lane. So Invoker needs the levels, needs some farm. Hanskin just says, okay, I'll take top. Void gets a kill out of it, and we'll look to go somewhere else to farm.
I like the warding. They should have vision of this move. They know that there's been a rotate top, so Hanskin can just chill, get some XP, maybe try and prevent this tower push, but they'll need more rotations. In fact, there's the smoke.
Yeah.
With no Chrono, you'd think Alliance wouldn't defend. Likely why NiP is making this move, but as you said, the smoke is here, and Fada sweeping in from the side. Can they find the setup?
Void's still pretty scary even without the Chronosphere.
Get the cold snap off, and they know the Wraith King ult isn't something to be relied on with that EMP. In fact, hasn't even skilled it just yet. EMP comes out, but has the stick.
It's a really weird play. I like defending the tower. I don't know if I'm liking that smoke. It seems to me like, Fada's still probably going to have some growing pains with the whole adjusting to 5. That's something he did yesterday, too. He just, you'll notice Alliance also place wards in huge clumps.
Well, look how aggressively Alliance is playing right now. They will secure the bounty rune, but the Abaddon borrow time was committed for that. They'll surge him in. Wraith King looking for the stun. That pesky tree gets in the way. Out comes the Aphotic Shield, but still chopping away with the sword. They've got the homie missile. The arrow flying through as well. He'll juke that too. Out comes the call down. It's going to connect. First slam of the missile hits on 2, but they're already back.
Yeah, Gunnar hasn't had much success with his rotations. I feel like, this level 9 Gyro, considering how much he's moved around the map, he TP'd bottom, he was rotating top for bounty rune fights. He hasn't been involved in any kills, and that's, I feel like, one of the shortcomings of just, that's the first cooldown we've seen all game, and it didn't hit anything, really.
It's a good game for the Void, for sure, of Alliance. You're really uncountered in this game. They don't have super good tools to deal with you. Wraith King probably like the late game power, but I think Alliance's lineup actually deals with that really well. They have so much anti-carry threat. Like, you kind of need a BKB in this game as a Wraith King. But then you can still get Chrono.
Has a ward here. They know about this Mirana. They're going to lead with the Lesh stun. Nicely done by Limp. And they'll get that first kill. Chasing for more of the Wraith King. Will he get caught out? Lightning set up, but Surge to the rescue. Universe bailing out his buddy.
Hanskin's got a lot of levels, just farming lanes. Peter went from level 5 to 7 bottom, just AFK down here.
Yeah. And I guess the experience tomes for both those 2 players, but both of them have also found solo lanes, like you're saying.
Yeah, I really like that. It's like a basic thing that I still feel like a lot of teams don't emphasize. But if you ever watch like Liquid Secret Play, there's always a part of the game where the 4 or the 5 takes a lane for a bit just to get into the game. Because like 1,000 gold and a couple levels on your 5 position, especially with something like a Lion, like it's night and day difference. Same with heroes like Ogre even.
And they're always playing away from the action. Your level 5 Ogre is probably one of your least impactful heroes if there is a fight.
Exactly.
Whereas your mid or your carry, like this Wraith King, level 8, yeah, he wants some Midas, he wants to be greedy and farm, but he's a way better team fighter than the Ogre.
Fada, he's in trouble. Homie missile, into the rocket barrage. Didn't even need the 2 heroes sitting nearby. Instead, Biver is going to get that Observer Ward kill, and they will take the tower. No defense from Alliance. Instead, looks like a maneuver towards mid, but the Wraith King minion spotting him out. The Skeletons will send Hanskin packing.
Something NiP does really well. Really, any team led by Peter has a good understanding of who needs to play where. So you've got Peter, he's just been chilling in this dead lane bottom. He might die here. We'll see.
This is not a kill you have to rotate to try and prevent happening.
Nice, he got the buff on the tower first.
Save me.
Worth.
That Bloodlust.
Yeah.
But NiP okay losing
Even
an Ogre.
Skeletons down here. This lane is not going to push quickly.
Yeah.
And if you ignore Skyder mid, he's going to push your tier 1 mid.
Exactly, and not just that, like, how do you gank this Wraith King mid? You know he's got ultimate active.
Look at the aggression from NiP. Looking for this limp kill. Arrow to fly. Will at least snipe the creeps, so they steal 3 big creeps there. Can they get out, though? Hanskin coming in with the Cold Snap. The Chrono Sphere is available. EMP committed as well. Do they have detection? Sentry pop down, and Gunner will get off the call down, but a futile one. As Alliance get another kill, and still hanging on to the Chrono Sphere.
That's a good job. And yeah, Nico Baby's huge. He's got a Maelstrom already.
Yeah, so the Skeleton's something this Void can now deal with.
Pretty good performance as well. We were talking about Gunner's rotations having difficulty getting involved. Nico Baby's been a part of 7 kills already. Gyro just the 1. And I believe only 2 of those came from Chronos, so.
And keeping his farm up too, he's 20 CS ahead of this Wraith King against a Darkseer and some early pressure.
His net worth is way above Wraith King. So it's going to be a bit of catch up for Skyder, but he's going to be just farming jungle using those skeletons for a little bit now. Hits his Midas a fair bit later than you'd like to see, but he did have a fairly tough lane.
So with a moment of pause here, NiP are going to smoke, head towards top. They had gotten some aggressive wards down, but looks like Alliance has successfully dewarded those. They are going to be setting up for a kill. Void time walking forward, a little bit more efficiency in his farm rotations. Could cost him if NiP are all there, but it's just the 2 for now. Dropping down the sentries, TP's away, so it looks like the smoke likely won't amount to too much, as Hanskin will scout them out. In fact, they're turning this one around. PPD, do they really want to chase the Ogre? Limp's committed for it.
It's a scary fight for
Tornado, EMP, they're just going to sacrifice the Lumbering Oaf. And another kill for Nico Baby. Not what you want to see right now.
Lesh Void incredibly scary right now when Chrono's up. You just can't contest those.
The Universe has a pipe, though. That's a very early pickup. That'll really neuter Limp's ability to deal DPS in fights.
Yeah, I was going to kind of ask you guys, what is the game plan here moving forward for NiP? Because it feels like Alliance is in the driver's seat. Is that it? Is the pipe like, let's go now, take some fights, be aggressive?
Well,
I don't believe it's enough, though. Like, yeah, it's blocking a lot of damage, but teamfight-wise, like, Alliance, this Invoker, Tornado, EMP, Chronosphere, like, Jakiro, Leshek, like, there's just so much more teamfight on the Alliance side. Ready to go.
I like the Darkseer a lot in this game, but I really think that the most important thing to combo with it, other than having melee heroes to shield and surge to get into fights, you want that vac into stun threat. And because they don't have that, I feel like Universe's game impact is going to be a bit limited, because you can hit a huge vac wall, sure, but there's nothing to follow it up with.
It's
you can
vac
call down,
into call down, and they can likely get out.
Yeah.
At least with a few of the heroes.
And when you're playing against like Void Abaddon, if you had like a double stun for those heroes, you'd catch both easily in a vac. But now, maybe you land an arrow or a stun combo, but if Abaddon's there, it's going to get shielded off. There's no way to prevent that.
Let's see, do Alliance rotate mid? No, looks like they'll let the tier 1 drop.
That's a big tower to take.
Still the mid tower standing and healthy for NiP.
Yeah. The fact they can get that just makes it so much easier for them to try and make moves in this enemy jungle. Although there is some good vision there. PD is going to find the D-ward. Well, he's a little bit scared to go for it. But.
Just in range here of the Obs. He'll take that down too. And the ward wars have really been raging as Biver tries to leap away. Nico Baby in pursuit. A leap again. Not going to commit anything. Wants to save that Chrono for a more important engagement.
They're just looking for pickoffs, I feel. Like, anyone except Void, really. Maybe if you change some Void, but he's so tanky with this plus 12 strength talent now that they're trying to find a kill and just keep creating space for Wraith King to come online. They can't fight till they have BKB on Gyro, I feel like. Yeah, you've got a pipe, but Gyro's going to die in Chronosphere, even if he gets that pipe buff up.
Note, Limp, only 1 point in the ultimate, guys. Never put that second point at a level 12.
I heard that one from you before, Kyle.
I say it every time. Every time, gods. People still don't do it sometimes.
Okay. I'm going to play less with you in pubs just to annoy you.
Just can't support it mana cost wise.
Yeah, it's
at this point
20 more mana for activation and 20 more mana per second for going from 100 to 140 damage. And it's primarily a farming tool. The moment you upgrade it once, it's no longer what you can farm with because it's that much more expensive.
So after like your first big mana item, then you upgrade
Yeah,
it?
then it's okay. But a lot of people also, like, they get it level 3 too early, and that's when the mana cost just kind of gets absurd because it's 600 mana for 10 seconds plus 110 activation. If there's any kind of mana burn on the enemy team, especially like one of these heroes, like Gyro, to pick up Diffusal later, it's just, you just don't have mana.
It's like if every time your red light turns to green, you slam on the gas, and suddenly you're like, where's my fuel? Why am I getting 5 miles per gallon? Alliance are going to start to congregate here, though. Mustering a push on the bottom tier 2, and the trade is there for NiP. Or at least the attempted trade. They're going to need a little more firepower to bring this tower down in time, it looks like.
I think they got the right idea.
But Alliance is already rotating. They're not actually committing the full squad. They're going for the kill on mid. This would be a big one. Skyder caught out. He's getting close to the Sacred Relic. The Chronosphere ready. They're going to drop it early, wasting no time in securing this kill. Can they burst him down? You betcha. Oh, they thought they had him. They do turn back at the final moment and secure the kill. Got a little greedy there, Alliance, but they will get it in the end. So the Relic delayed, the Radiance deferred, and Alliance looking for more. Setup comes through. Good arrow, but not going to matter. Nico Baby still getting another kill. PPD going down. Make it 3. NiP getting run over. Looking more like pajamas than ninjas right now.
Yeah, Nico Baby's playing flawlessly. This is probably his best hero, and he's been ideal. Really nice move from Alliance. They just cut across the map. They had that lane ward middle, felt confident. And you can see there was 3-man wall vac, but you know, this is the new Darkseer. He's top net worth, sure, but his offensive power is just not there yet.
And NiP even see that one coming. Like, he hadn't leveled the reincarnation, but the second he gets ganked, he puts 2 points in it. Like, 4 TPs come in. He's farming in that dangerous place because he knows he's near a tower. NiP can back him up quickly, but they kill him so easily that first time with the Yule Scepter that it doesn't matter that he has reincarnation.
It was a great feint because they kept the push going bottom. It really, you saw NiP going for the trade top, and it seems like, okay, we're just trading towers. You know, I can go farm mid, and in fact, they had already made their move to flank the Wraith King.
And I was gonna say, like, I expect it'll take some time for Fada to adjust to having to ward, but I actually think he's done a better job than Peter establishing vision thus far. That lane ward mid was critical for that fight, and if you look, Peter just got 1 ward sentry, but he has these wards really aggressive in the enemy jungle.
Murana, like arrow setup wards,
Yeah, but you're not able to play aggro in the enemy jungle. You don't have a wave clear advantage, and Alliance have team fight. It's actually a really good core combo. Lesh, core Abaddon, and then a hero like Void, like Slark in your safe lane. How do you actually properly kill an Alliance core this game? You need to CC Abaddon and 100 to 0 Void.
It's not happening with
BKB. No.
Well, maybe he chain stun him, but
it feels like at this stage of the game, you need that long, grindy fight where the Wraith King gets his reincarnation off. You're doing Radiance damage the whole time.
Yeah.
You slowly chip them down, and they just don't have that tanky Wraith King, and he's not yet got the 0 mana cost ultimate. So.
And Void's just king right now, especially with the BKB. I love the way Nico Baby itemized. Maelstrom BKB, get that farming item up first, and now just continue to you can just pressure. Because it allows you to then play with dilation, and you can just go in, get on top of support, hit the Wraith King for a while with just BKB, and then you hold that chrono. So I can't peel this Void because he's spell immune, and I don't want to get closer because he might just chrono me. So you usually just end up watching a teammate die.
And then the next teammate,
Exactly.
and then the next, and they've got Curse of Avernus, and you just cannot get away. And Alliance are definitely feeling like they can play aggro right now, farming the bottom lane, pushing in mid. There is backup in tow, but here comes the Alliance smoke looking for the setup. Biver in good position to break this smoke. He will see 33 coming. Leaps away to the safety of the high ground.
Oh no.
However,
Peter.
looks like Mr. PPD in some trouble here. Going on a long journey. If you're going to kill me, I'm going to waste as much time of yours as I can. Gets the ding-ding. Still Alliance chasing. PPD will get slowly muscled down. While meanwhile in mid, looks like we're going to be seeing a kill here on 33 potentially. No.
Nice arrow dodge.
Good luck with that. Instead, they try for the Invoker, but even this is feeling kind of risky. It's Hanskin going on the offense. Viver's got to leap away. He's running low on those. In fact, nothing doing for 8 seconds, and Hanskin in pursuit. Hot on it with the Ghost Walk. Runs by the Sentry. They know Mirana's here. They may get a second kill. And again, they're committing nothing for these, really. Dust just going to clip him. One more leap, and now he's out for a very long time. Run, Lady Mirana, run. But there is nowhere to run. And there was nowhere to hide. And Nico Baby securing yet another kill. How often have you seen a Void this far ahead of a Wraith King who's gone for the, the Midas build and heading towards the Radiance?
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
Go, baby.
It's also one of the things Darkseer doesn't do that he used to do is just he doesn't win his lanes. Like, it feels like so many carries can just free farm against Darkseer, and that's what happened with Nico Baby.
Oh, this is not the time to die. He's so close to the Radiance recipe. We'll make it out.
Nico was, I actually think PPD, not quite the lottery, but this is at least like, this is a pretty good prize to win Nico Baby out of that shuffle. I think he was probably your most potential of any core player I saw at TI that was newer to the scene.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised he didn't get more offers, honestly.
Well, rumor has it that NiP was looking at him and wanted him to be their carry player. Would be painful if he ends up being their downfall in this series. PPD going to move on mid. Does get the stun here to start off the fight, but the arrow tanked by the Abaddon. They're not able to chain things up quite the way they'd like. And now Nico Baby comes in straight onto the Gyro. Got off his BKB, the vacuum, the wall away. Gyro healthy. This could be the kind of fight that NiP needs. Universe keeping the Gyro up, and Fada going down. Now looking for 33, who's already popped his ult. They are going to have the Wraith King ult. Nico Baby, BKB committed as well. Muscling down this Abaddon. They'll finish him off too, and that will be 2 kills. Can they get more? Nico Baby's out of there. So BKB, Chrono committed, NiP with the lower cooldowns, and now their time to push.
Yeah, really well played by Gunner there.
Yeah,
he got his BKB,
BKB
off. Yeah, frame before the Chrono's active. If he doesn't there, he just dies 100-0 in the Chrono.
Instead, he basically takes no damage.
Yeah. And he trades BKB for Chrono, and now you have dominance. You win the fight, and you're going to be able to get towers out of it. Rune spawn in 20 seconds. Should be able to get at least 2, hopefully more.
That's kind of the first teamfight win for NiP all game. They had some earlier kills, but
Want to slow things down here. They know Gunner doesn't have his BKB, but it's up in 10 seconds. Can they keep him alive? Stunts coming through. Surge away, but they'll catch him there with the Ice Path. Lunging forward is Nico Baby. Gunner so low. Protect the President, but they can't. And now Nico Baby time walking out at the buzzer. They almost finish him off. They can't grab the Void. Ice Path just clipping on the Darkseer, but a Surge away again. The Lightning Slow not going to affect him. He'll make it back safely. Time walking forward. Dilation, not enough. And now the Yule setup. Is it into a potential kill? No way. They're content to get out. Alliance looking to go in. Another time walk forward. Big commitment, but they can't find that kill.
What happened? Why was it like all the rest of the team was on the high ground? Gunner's still hitting tower mid. What? Why?
He's talking to you, Mr. Parker.
I don't know if there's an easy answer. I think Gunner thinks he has more backup than he really does it, because his BKB's still down. He's hoping Darkseer can bail him out, but, you know, the Universe, that Surge comes too late. By the time it's there, it's like Gunner's like, well, I'm already dead, I'm just going to throw my spells out. And
it's a bit of a concern for NiP that they have to be judicious with these BKB charges, because even without the Chrono, the Cold Snap, you know, the Ice Paths, the Lesh Stuns, these are all very low cooldown spells, and you will just get kited for days, whether you're Wraith King or Gyro, for that matter, who effectively functions like a melee hero outside of his flat cannon.
Invoker gives you so much from the 4 position. Like, at this point, this 4 position Mirana doesn't feel that high impact in any kind of a team fight. Doesn't give you the best, most reliable pick-off or catch. It's basically just an arrow and a tiny bit of magic damage from Starstorm.
And you're up against an Abaddon anyway, so even if you hit a good arrow, how much does it really matter?
Oh, that's so true. And going for this Yule's build rather than the Axe just means Biver is going to fall off even harder as this kind of game drags out.
And same with the BKB on Gunner before the Ags, which I think was the right decision. It's really Skeeter. You've got to play around Oliver, as he's also known. But at that point, I think like level 20, his third item or in Wraith King, specifically like if he gets the AC up, that's when things can shift a bit for NiP. And because their whole draft's built like they have to tank through the chrono. And the later this game goes, the easier that will become.
Level 20 still a long way off here for Skyder, though.
Yeah, I mean, late game NiP with Bloodlust on these two cores does look pretty scary, assuming they're staying even on farm, which they pretty much are right now. Like, they've actually caught up mostly to the Void on the Wraith King.
Oh, they've got good positioning with the See the Radiance.
Moonlight Shadow and the jump onto 33, but Nico Baby waiting in the wings. Does get the Mjolnir buff off on himself. They're still chasing. Out comes the cooldown. Decently placed, but the pipe here for the moment, protecting the Abaddon, keeping him alive. He's got the borrow time. Chrono back in. They want to engage. Alliance looking to take the fight. The Gyrocopter getting absolutely battered down. And next onto the Mirana, shredded as well. Alliance baited them in, then sprung the trap.
You gotta, oh man. Like, you gotta feel that coming. Gunner goes in. It was a great start to the fight by NiP, but you use all your spells and your BKB fades. Like, Alliance just go in.
They might get more. Universe not getting out of here, it looks like, with the Pulse Nova chipping away. He falls to 4 heroes dead. That is brutal and straight into the pit.
Yeah.
Give Nico Baby an Aegis.
I mean, hats off to Nico Baby. Like, when that rotation comes, he just hides in the trees and waits. He's just waiting. The Gyro catches the backlines, like BKB's in, finds his support, but Gyro can't kill people on his own. He needs stuns. He needs to play around his team, and
all they accomplished was getting Abaddon to proc his ult. And like that's the 10 seconds that.
Well, they killed a Jakiro who had buyback. That was the beauty of it. Is Alliance sacrificed a hero with buyback to just get an easy fight. Even if he doesn't buyback, they still win that fight.
Yeah.
I've had enough pub games chasing Abaddon and chasing Abaddon. If you don't kill him at some point, you're just like, oh shit, we fucked up.
It's so tough because if they don't kill him and they ignore him, he's going to shield off all their stuns, like their arrows, their fire blast, their Wraith King stuns. So you kind of got to do something about him, but at the same time, he's a terrible target because he's got 2k health, pipe, and borrowed time. So
it's interesting because they don't really have like. You'd love to have someone else who can start the voids. The fights here is the Void, and Abaddon effectively is that hero simply by being a meat shield. He just kind of sits around, can stay in front, doesn't care if he gets caught out. And Nico Baby, as you mentioned, very patient, able to take advantage.
No Chronosphere, they are posing for it, but yeah, they just don't want to find this Aegis.
I don't think you can actually team fight Alliance any longer if you're NiP. You need a pick-off to start. You've got to abuse the Mirana Invis and a stun combo.
Yep.
Like, unfortunately, it's that same issue with Darkseer, and part of the reason we don't see this hero picked, sure, you've got Greaves and a pipe, but that doesn't keep someone alive in a Chronosphere. That's just being all in. And you don't really gain your team any damage. A Vac Wall doesn't do anything for you other than maybe acquire Abaddon's passive.
The Moonlight Shadow initiation is onto the Abaddon again. Arrow not going to quite connect, and they do get the Cold Snap off here, slowing down PPD. Look how fast the Ogre drops, not feeling tanky anymore. Good sir.
Yeah, they got Chrono back up. You do not want to fight at all. Gunner, though, is in.
Hey, guys, we're fighting now. Whether you like it or not, Gunner has committed, so the rest of the team, they'll lurch back, and the arrow will connect on Nico Baby, but he's got the Aegis. He can wait this one out with the BKB. And he will jump forward. Chrono connecting, catches out two, brings down the first. Gets the Gunner kill, looks for more. Wraith King all popped, and now he slowly tries to wave that sword. Can't even dent their armor. They bought back on the Ogre, but for what?
Yeah. Still charging in his Nico Baby. He knows they just can't do anything about him. That time walk range, he's on top of PPD.
Well, he will get caught here, but does manage to deftly dodge that arrow. PPD can't afford to be dying back right now, and the time walk in, Nico Baby, he smells blood in the water. He wants this kill. In fact, he's already turned targets onto Piver, deep inside the enemy base, bashing, and thrashing Universe, chasing him back to the fountain. Still committed. God. He won't get out. The NiP absolutely overrun. Alliance reigns supreme. A full wipe, a tier 2. And possibly, it looks like, very likely a lane of Rax here.
I think I'm figuring out why this Void is first pick. His talents are busted, Kyle.
Yes, they are.
This 12 strength at level 10, that's insane. Most heroes get like +6 strength or something at level 10. And these 2 time walk talents, all these idiots who go damage and attack speed thinking they're carried, no, they don't know what they're doing. This is how you play Void.
And I love, did you see how Nico, like, he recognized that once he got the dilation on the Mirana, he was dead. So he just leaps forward again to go for Darkseer. That's what makes him special, and that's what I think a lot of people, like, that's what I saw at TI, where Nico would consistently play, like,
on the edge.
Yeah, when you watch, like, the best players, the Maybes, Sumails, Miracles, what have you, it feels like they're 2 seconds ahead. You know, they're thinking about the next move while they're still executing this one, and that's what Nico Baby's demonstrated. And again, it is his signature hero. It's Void. The talents are pretty good. He is set up for success. But, you know, the whole draft really coming together well. It's Void the Baden. Like,
really, he set his team up for success.
Yeah.
Look how much more effective his early rotations were than anyone on NiPs, to be honest.
Absolutely.
As a Void. And they even managed to keep that tier 1 for a while despite it. So, you know, credit to Alliance playing well around the Void. It sounds like we're writing NiP's epitaph right now. Can they get back in this game, or is it a hopeless tale?
This is a tough one. I don't think you can ever win a team fight is the problem unless you outplay Alliance. And, like,
there's a point if they get enough items. You know, like Gyrocopter needs, he's going to have Ags. He needs probably Ags Satanic +1 or something.
Little damage here.
Yeah.
He's just hard to kill, but...
Yeah, no damage items.
And then Wraith King needs AC plus probably BKB as well even. If they can get like a couple more big items in their carries and goes late, sure, but it's not going late.
Making their move. Macropyre layered up nicely with the Chronosphere. Gyrocopter freshly toasted and now dead. Time walking in again. They'll get PPD as well. Does Alliance even chase for more? They'll take the bottom tower. They'll look for the second lane of Rax. NiP in shambles. They'll buy back for one last hurrah, but it's looking bad. When Nico Baby time walks in without Chronosphere fearlessly, he may lose his Aegis here. Still has the BKB. Time walks back out. Who are you kidding, gods? This guy is feeling rather immortal. The 5-man vacuum into the wall. Perfect combo, but no stun. No follow-up. Just a flashy play that amounts to nothing. Looks like they'll get the Skiter. No, maybe not. Turns back around, gets the stun. He has his ultimate. He goes for that swing, but no, Abandon with the borrowed time. Will make it out safely, and now, good blink away.
Nico Baby.
Committed the BKB, but it will be a Rax.
How's that a mistake? He BKB'd for the Rax.
Okay.
He was going for the kill, Kyle. Come on.
Alright, fine. But you can see the issue with the Darkseer, right?
It's worth it. It's worth it for sure.
Everyone sees what I mean. You can hit all the 5-man Vax in the world. It doesn't matter. And when you playing Darkseer and the enemy team, if I'm Alliance, I can say to my boys, hey, everybody, just stay together. We can't lose a team fight. There's no AoE threat. We can deal with all the possible damage a Call Down or a Radiance could output. Just go fight them. And an NiP simply cannot find kills. You're playing against a Baden, Void. There's so many methods of damage negation. Even if you get on top of them, if your BKBs aren't active, Jakiro and Invoker have some of the best peel in Dota. It's an impossible fight.
Now the Hex. More control for a team that seems to have an endless well of it already.
And we're going late game, like 4-position Invoker with Void. You know, Invoker Void is one of the best late game combos in Dota 2, and you're getting pretty much the same thing out of a support Invoker as you do like a core Invoker in that Chronosphere. Once Hanskin has those levels, he's almost level 20.
And he's never really felt like a liability. You know, we did see some games at TI where the support Invoker wasn't very effective, but he was pressuring from level 1, basically.
Yeah. His job is just kind of like forcing some of these BKBs at bad times. Like, he can really put a lot of pressure on just by throwing a Tornado EMP. Suddenly Gyro's like, well, you know, do I just BKB this? Am I going to die if I don't? And very hard to play against.
I mean, he's 11-0 and 15. So he's been a part of every kill.
Except 3.
He's been a part of the last 20 kills, though. Because he was 3-0-4 when they had 10 kills.
Flawless showing so far as they look for an opportunity. Nico Baby there only gets the Mirana. Will bring her down fast. The Hex coming through. Not something Universe was expecting. He gets smacked. Fada backing off, but won't be able to get out, so at least a bit of a trade here. Looking for the chase and the turnaround. They've double bought back, but the blink out from 33. The time walk dance away. Limp might be the sacrifice. And it'll be Disco Pony offered up to NiP. They'll club him down, but is that really enough for that many buybacks?
They might be able to get more, though.
Can they?
Yeah, but so far.
He's going to have another borrowed time by the time they even get to him.
Yeah.
And look at the base.
Yep. They gotta address these creeps, so it's a Lesh kill, and there is no buyback because he bought this Hex, but with where the creep waves are, it looks like nothing's going to come from it.
Hey, they got 500 gold out of that.
You take those.
Yeah.
At this point, if you're...
You take anything
NiP,
at this point.
Absolutely.
Looking real rough for them. And as you guys mentioned, you know, this is such an important series for deciding how who's going to make it into the playoffs and how it's going to go. If you 2-0 here, I think you're pretty much in, right?
Yeah,
at that point.
Both
Yeah,
these
pretty
teams
much.
are 1 win, 1 tie, and Alliance has already 2-0'd Godsend, I think it is. Let me check.
Alliance did 2-0 Godsend.
Yeah, but if
So then you're sitting 5-1 at that point.
yeah. And it is critical that, of course, you make that upper
Desperation
bracket.
play here. They're going to go for the Roche. They get the stun on Nico Baby. Skyder committing forward. Nico Baby says, great. You want to battle? Let's battle, baby. PPD down. Skyder in trouble. A decently placed wall here. Will it be enough to turn around the fight? An instant buyback from Hanskin. The borrow time committed, so a lot of these key cooldowns have been used, but NiP, we're going to retreat for the moment. They've still got the chrono to wait for on the Alliance side, but only 30 seconds to go.
I mean, small little fights are going okay for NiP, but it's just constantly like, oh wait, we got to go back and defend our base. Never turns into much. They're thinking they have to contest this Roshan, but the problem is losing 2 lanes of racks means there's just constant pressure.
The creeps are flowing towards the bottom left corner of the map, constantly trickling in. They'll slow down the Roche with a well-placed arrow, but with the exhort damage and the attack speed, Nico Baby just going to chew through the Roshan. Do they really want to take this fight? Now the Chronosphere is up. Now things get dicey if you commit. A nice call down is going to zone the back. Fada with the Glimmer. Back to safety, but the Hex comes in. Limp committing. Can they chunk down Gunner in time? He gets off the BKB. Manages to turn the fight. They will get the Fada kill. Cataclysm flying through, not hitting much, but Alliance still just able to bring down the Gyrocopter. That's a dieback. Roche low. And NiP still threatening here.
They're going for this.
They're going to have to commit all in. If they can steal that Aegis, turn the fight around, maybe there's a chance. A prayer. Diving for the Invoker, but it's Skyder who gets turned upon, hexed up. The Yules is there. The Chrono still ready. Nico Baby doesn't even really need it for these kills. They'll bring down the Wraith King. He's got buyback, but what does it matter?
He had more debuffs than Onyxia did. Like, he looks like a raid boss. Just the hit dies a lot faster.
Is that a WoW reference?
That's a
Yes.
that's a WoW
Okay.
reference.
I was like, well, that one flew above my head, Kyle.
I'm level 22.
I
I tried to play.
I would, but WoW is either all or nothing.
Peter.
For me.
Limps in deep. Putting a little salt in the wound, and Alliance going to close out this game 1.
That's such a great showing from Nico Baby. I'm pretty sure those 3 kills he wasn't in with like just the laning stage down
No,
bottom.
they were. I'm
Yeah.
serious. He has been a part of the last 27 kills.
Basically, every kill that wasn't a laning stage kill had Nico's Baby's name on it somehow.
And he's single, ladies.
Nice path of doom. Like, it's just a great draft. It is really an excellent draft from Alliance. Comes together well. I like when Limp is on heroes like Lesh, like I said. I think that when he's on a comfort pick, Limp is one of the best players in Dota. His only real weakness is when he gets to the parts of the game he doesn't understand as well. I'm glad that they put the Invoker on Hanskin, and just in general a really nice draft formulation.
Alliance looking strong here in our opening match. 39-14 the final score. And guaranteed at least a tie out of this. So, I mean, you said it was a great draft. Do you think NiP could have won with this draft? Is it more down to the execution?
I think it's Gunner's rotations that didn't compare to the Voids. Like, you have this Gyrocopter that had multiple stuns on his team to play around, and he could not find a cooldown. He couldn't find kills. He got this fast drums and was just smoking around, not getting kills. You need Gunner to get kills, basically.
I disagree. I actually think that you need to change. If you could impact the way the game went for NiP, the thing you have to edit first is Universe's item build. I don't think you can rush Pipe.
Yeah.
He's the most farmed hero on his team. 15 minutes in, it's literally like Void up top and then 3 Radiant heroes. But there's no offensive power. If you have an HOD creep you're playing with that's shielded, because who's he really ion shelling, right? He's doing it to Skeeter. You want Wraith King to be able to like farm a bit. You get a Centaur or an Ursa creep, surge it forwards. Maybe you go for like the Medallion earlier, like something that adds plus damage. Otherwise, it's just, hey, I'm the most
Yeah,
farm
yeah,
hero,
I
and
agree
I'm
with
full
that.
defensive.
I mean, I
you
think
have
they
Ogre,
needed-
I guess, but he wanted to catch up
It doesn't.
in level.
Yeah,
so.
it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to combine that with the
With the
gyrocopter
drums,
having
exactly.
a bigger impact. And I think the other thing is, as that game scaled, they needed Miranda to be going Ag Scepter, not that Yule's.
Yeah.
You're going a Yule's arrow builder into an Abaddon. Like,
Yeah,
have another core hero.
the way the itemization worked didn't really make sense because you've got Universe and Gunner like rushing to be able to fight now. Skeeter's going Midas Radiance. So for 20 minutes, you're kind of discombobulated. Half your team needs to fight. Half your team's just trying to farm and become online. And
that is just how Wraith King is played nowadays for the most part. We generally see that greedy late game farming, try to hit your timing at 30 minutes. So, I mean, could have gone for like an armlet, I guess, and tried to be more active early. But
I mean, I would have rathered the armlet just because he was being active early. If you remember that fight where they jumped him mid and then he died, if he has an armlet for that engagement, I think it's going to be a bit different. But instead, it's just like, oh, shit, our Wraith King's dead. Oh, we got to fight anyway. Now we're dead. We've lost tower. And from there, Alliance have a very controllable game state.
well, that's how the cookie crumbles in Game 1. Alliance out to the 1-0 lead. Guys, you are watching King's Cup Quest for the DPC. We'll be back for Game 2 after this. Stay tuned.